Yo, yo, yo. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? What up, Ferret? Yeah, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to make it where, like, there wouldn't be any kind of notification in chat that one would pop off, and yeah, I'm gonna still look into it. I haven't found an option to be able to do that yet, but those are some of those alerts that, like, it'd be really nice if I could, like, make a delayed alert for chat. That way, you know, everybody would kind of get trolled by that for a second. So I'm still trying to look into that. But that was a recommendation by Pinky right there. So we can all thank Pinky for that one. So I got that incorporated yesterday. Got that done. Sub badges are updated. Got some content updated on YouTube. We got things done. There's a lot of... Actually, I got a few of the videos. Like the outro video's been updated. The intro video updated a little bit. So a lot of work yesterday. But yeah. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Thursday. We've got video gaming news. Yeah. Look at that. What a happy froggy, dude. So, video gaming news for today, September 14th. And then we're going to play AK Oxalotl. Yep. It looks very, very Enter the Gungeon, with maybe a little bit of some Cult of the Lamb tied in there. Just mostly aesthetic-wise and stuff. But looks very cool. Really happy to play it. Excited to play it. And hopefully it'll be a banger, man. It looks cool. Yeah, I haven't played like a bullet hell roguelike game in a while. So hopefully it'll be good. So far, seems like most people are saying that if you enjoy Enter the Gungeon, you will enjoy this game. It looks very Enter the Gungeon, which is what really drew me to it in the first place. So I think we're going to have a good time, man. I hope so anyways. So, any day getting to hang out together and play games is a good day, right? So, I don't think there's too much to be worried about. On that note, man, let's dive in here and get started on the video gaming news stuff. Cool. Let's do this. Cool. So, another shout out to Pinky. He had kind of given me an article yesterday and was like, yo, did you already hit on this? But this hadn't really become news. Actually, I'm going to need to filter our stuff out, but for a time frame. This news hadn't come about until yesterday, and I don't think, whenever we were not live. Yesterday was our day off, our weekly day off, so this is a big deal here. We're going to pull up some of these articles. Unity games that could be impacted the most by the controversial fees. Unity backlash explained. Let's go with that one first, and then we'll look at this one second, okay? But there's a big deal going on with the Unity stuff right now. Let me grab this article that Pinky shot me to. Kotaku article, yeah. So, devs react to Unity's newly announced fee for game installs. This is wild, man. So we'll take a look at this all the way around. This is not good, dude. Right. Yes, they united them. I don't think the way they meant to, but they united them all right. You definitely got that one right, Ferret. No doubt about it, buddy. Game Pass Core is launching this week. This is replacing games with gold, right? So let's go with The Verge. Why not? We're going to start off with this Unity stuff, though. Okay. Let's go ahead and go here. Do our custom range from there to there. Let's do this. iPhone 15 Pro will play AC Mirage, Resident Evil, and more. Okay. I'll pull this up for all you mobile game aficionados, or mobile device users that like to game a lot on mobile devices. This is the thing that I'll tell you. It will not be the same type of gaming experience you get on a traditional gaming device, that uses chunky hardware. Mobile hardware is coming a long ways, dude. Do not get me wrong. I'm not demeaning that fact, but that's another thing. I do not think you're going to get the same gaming experience on a mobile device that is an Apple product that you will on some other mobile manufacturers' devices. Apple is not real great at gaming hardware. They're just not. They've been trying to make a push to be better. Dude, did I get my camera set back up? Okay, wow, I did. I forgot I knocked this over yesterday when I was working. There we go. It was a little bit off. I didn't even look at it. Wow, okay, well, we're good. So, I mean, yes, exactly, Ferret. Yeah, no doubt about it, buddy. Agreed. That's the first thing I thought whenever I saw that article. But, I will say that all the way around, mobile technology is coming a long ways. But Apple is not traditionally the best at aiming their hardware towards gaming stuff. So we'll see what that article has to say, though. That's why I want to pull it up. All right, we got a new State of Play event happening today. What? At what time? Ah, Jesus, dude. We've got apparently Nintendo Direct and a PlayStation State of Play event today, both. What time are these popping off? $4 o'clock today. 4 o'clock today. Okay. And the Nintendo stuff is happening at 9 o'clock this morning. So we'll watch the Nintendo Direct right after the news today. Cool. Had to flip it. Yeah, absolutely, dude. No, I like it. I think that's very well played. Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like we will probably be trying to. Here, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't feel 100% today. There's been a little bit of a bug being passed around the household here. I might have gotten it. My stomach's in a little bit of a mess, and I'm just gonna try to push today. So I don't feel terrible. I have a little bit of a headache. My stomach doesn't feel real great. I slept terrible last night. Like, I don't think I got to sleep until about 2 a.m. I was just laying in bed for about 5 hours before I finally fell asleep last night. So, yeah, I know. It just, it sucks to like have a day off yesterday as, our normal scheduled day off, and then to come back and have to maybe have a short day or whatever. I won't go too hard if I really start feeling too bad or whatever. But it sucks, dude. That like I was just laying there in bed forever last night trying to sleep and just couldn't get it. Now I feel kind of crappy today too. So, but as long as I start feeling better and I'm feeling good with the game, I'm having fun and everything, we'll probably just go until the PlayStation event happens this afternoon, and then we'll watch that to end the stream one, okay? Yeah. Thanks for it. Appreciate it, buddy. Got that sick leave, huh? I'm accruing sick leave. I appreciate it, dude. So it looks like we'll do Nintendo Direct after the news, 9 o'clock. That's about 2.5 hours from now. If we need to, well, I haven't even started up AK Oxalotl because you couldn't even buy it until today. So it's already been purchased, it's installed and everything, but I haven't started it yet. So we could start it up, make sure it's running right, all that stuff, do what we need to do. If we have time between the news, but we'll watch both of these today, okay? I'll probably save this for the end. I'm glad it's happening today and not yesterday, though. That's fantastic. Would have sucked for all that to pop off yesterday while I was off. This is going to be more of the Unity stuff. Yeah, dude, the gaming industry and world is just going nuts right now over this. Cult of the Lamb developer threatens to delete their game on January 1st amid the Unity backlash. Nice. Square Enix has lost nearly $2 billion in market value since Final Fantasy XVI's release. I think it's safe to say that while Final Fantasy XVI was a fairly well-developed game, most people did not see that game as a Final Fantasy game. I won't be playing it. I don't care to play that game. That's not a Final Fantasy game to me. I don't think that everything is entirely, all of that valuation loss there is not like on the shoulders of Final Fantasy 16 itself, but it definitely did not hit close to what the company was expecting it to be. Oh, really? Fair. Okay, so apparently it's very well developed, but basically what Final Fantasy 16 is, and it's apparently a very pretty game too, but it's basically they took like Devil May Cry. They made Devil May Cry and they put a Final Fantasy skin on it. So they felt like they could make a kind of hack and slash melee combat game with very, very shallow RPG elements. Like they basically stripped most of the stuff out of the game that most people tend to look at as a core aspect of what Final Fantasy games usually are. It's not even action RPG hack and slash. It's very, very, very bleak RPG, if you can even call it that. So what they did is they like developed this basically Devil May Cry style game, put a Final Fantasy skin on it, and like not only that, but like the game takes like 35 to 40 hours to get through main storyline, and 17 to 18 hours of that is cinematics. So basically half of the main storyline you're watching a movie. Which is weird. If I want to watch a movie, I'll go watch a movie. No, exactly. I think that's exactly the point. Again, I think that there were plenty of people that played the game and were like, it's good. But there were a lot of other people that played the game and were like, this isn't Final Fantasy. This is something entirely different. You guys made a game based on a different genre, and you put Final Fantasy skin over it and thought everybody was going to buy into this when it's not really a Final Fantasy game. You took like the core elements of what Final Fantasy was, stripped it away, and now you're like wondering why people didn't buy into the game like you expected them to. They thought they were going to be able to lean on the fact that it just was called Final Fantasy, you know? And don't get me wrong, there's something to be said for evolution of games as we move forward with, you know, with gaming and the way gaming evolves and, you know, stuff like that. Like, I mean, Final Fantasy has definitely done that from like a true turn-based styled game into more of a hybrid style of you know, real-time combat and stuff like that. And people have really, I think for the most part, even traditional Final Fantasy fans have understood that that's just the way things work quite often, you know? But when you take away the core aspects of what has made a game so popular over time, Final Fantasy is an RPG at its core. First and foremost, Final Fantasy is an RPG. When you take that away, dude, it's not that game anymore, you know? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So, I don't know. Now, I mean, Square's been very public about the fact the game has not sold really close to what they expected it to. I think that has a lot to do with it. Right. Yeah. I think I actually enjoyed that movie, dude. If I remember, I think I actually own it. Yeah. It's been a long time though. So we'll talk about this. You gave it away. I would need to watch it again. I was probably a little bit, it's just because that was like the one that was all about Final Fantasy VII and everything, right? Cloud and Sephiroth and all that stuff from way back in the day. Is that the one? I think so, right? Oh, no. No, which one was Spirits Within? Here, let me pull it up. I think the one I was thinking about is like Advent Children or something, right? Is that the one I was talking about? Oh, dude. Yeah, I'd forgotten about this. Yeah. Yeah, Advent Children. Right. Yep. Yeah. Advent Children I liked. But yeah, this was forgettable, dude. I'd forgotten all about this. Yeah, I'd forgotten all about this, dude. Wow. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, Advent Children was good. Yeah, that's the one I own. Yeah. I was like, dude, I thought that was pretty good. I'd forgotten the name of it there for a second, dude. Yeah, I have that one too, dude. Yeah, I got it on hard copy, baby. In my big binder of flipping DVDs, you know what I mean? From back in the day. Yeah. Yo, this is actually kind of funny. You know what? I was wondering if something like this would happen. No Man's Sky is enjoying its biggest month in the last few years, coinciding with the launch of Starfield. I was wondering if something like this would happen. And we even have a community member in Pinky that has started playing No Man's Sky. Oh god, yeah. Well, I've been letting the music roll while we go through and find our articles and stuff. But yeah, it switched over to some holiday themed music. Here you go. That's probably a little bit better, dude. Yeah. It's on shuffle random and stuff, and every once in a while I go over to some nice chill like holiday vibe stuff. So thanks, man. Yeah, that should be a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah. So I just kind of let it roll while we go through our articles now. But oh, dude, we've got a ton of them too, man. A ton of DVDs and stuff. So funny enough, I think it is literally. I think a lot of people are looking at No Man's Sky as a game that's giving them much more of what they were wanting from Starfield that Starfield doesn't provide. And I think No Man's Sky can be bought for $30 right now, right? Oh, it's back up to 60. You can find this in different places though, for like $30 all the time. And I think a lot of people are actually going back in and going, well, you know, I wanted a nice space game and Starfield's not giving me. There are a lot of people that are like, the game's great, and then there are a lot of people that are like, I'm really disappointed. I don't feel like there are a whole lot of people that are like middle of the road with Starfield, man. Well, I think that's the thing. Here's kind of my perspective on the whole Starfield thing. It's just the Bethesda recipe, dude. You know what I think you get for the most part? I think you get basically like Fallout in space, dude. You know? I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect a whole lot else from Bethesda. Jerry the Ducko, what up? Oh, yeah, dude, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Jerry. Yeah, it's on Xbox. Dope, dude, are you gonna play it? Oh, what's the name of that game? Yeah, just a second, Ferret, I'll get back into that conversation real quick. Oh, bro, I'm blanking the name of that game. Here, hold on. Where is it? I know I've got it in here. Think it's on Game Pass? That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I want to play that game. Actually, I want to pull it up and see what it's doing right now for reviews and stuff. None of the stuff's really out yet. Oh, Forever Skies. This is it right here, right? Forever Skies, dude. Yep. This is it. Forever Skies. It is 89% positive, over 2,300 reviews right now. So, yeah, man, looking pretty solid. Yeah, basically space, or it's like Subnautica in the skies, because this planet's been basically all messed up to where you can't really it's basically uninhabitable, I think. Down below a certain point, you can't really, there's no breathable air or anything, so you've got to like create this kind of ship to move above that kind of in a breathable zone, and then you can continue to progress, kind of like Subnautica, where you keep building, keep finding new tech, keep evolving everything, make it to where you can probably go down and deeper and deeper into the city and stuff, and it's really wild. It looks really good, dude. It looks really good. Hey, Jerry, it's good to see you, buddy. Happy Thursday. It's been a little while, man. If you end up playing this, man, let me know what you think about it, okay? So, back to that topic there, Ferret. Oh, they're gonna add multiplayer? Oh, sick. Yo, Subnautica 3 is supposed to have multiplayer too when that comes out. That should be really dope. I know our buddy Tabo's really excited about that. Yeah, dude, it's always good to see you, buddy. So I think that I think a lot of people had hopes and expectations of Starfield to be something of an evolutionary step up in Bethesda's development game, you know, Ferret. And unfortunately, I don't really think it was. I think it was just the same old recipe, you know what I mean? Well, yeah, I think that they were expecting some kind of bigger evolution from Bethesda on top of what they usually have done, but on top of what they're known for in their other titles, you know, the Fallout games and you know, the Elder Scrolls and all that stuff. One second. All right, sorry. Yeah, how long ago did you play No Man's Sky, Ferret? Oh yeah, Jerry. Yeah. Yeah, so I think for all those people out there that are real diehard like Bethesda fans, that they really enjoy the Bethesda formula, like that Bethesda recipe of development. I think that those people are really enjoying Starfield. You know, I think that they're getting exactly what they expected. October of 2020. There's been a lot of content since then, man. So who knows? It might be worth taking a look at. Yeah. Arnie, what up, dude? All right, buddy. Yeah. It's good to see you, friendo. Happy Thursday, man. Happy Thursday to you, dude. Yeah, you lurk away, buddy. Don't even worry about it, bro. So, I know there's been a lot of content since over the past 3 years. Yeah. So for all those people that I think just really enjoy the Bethesda recipe of development, I think they're having a great time in Starfield. But I think for anybody that is not quite Bethesda blind, you know, I use that term. Anybody that's not quite Bethesda blind, and I do know that game, Jerry. Yes, I do. I haven't played it, but I know it. And they were expecting something more than what they've seen before from Bethesda. I think they're really turned off. Because it is just the same thing we've always gotten from Bethesda, with a space skin, basically, right? Which isn't I mean, I don't think that makes it a bad thing. It just doesn't make it anything new, you know? Just doesn't make it something most people are going to feel like feels real fresh. Going to feel like something they've experienced time and time again out of a Bethesda product, right? Oh, sick, Jerry. Oh, I bet that's wild in VR, dude. Yeah. What kind of VR hardware you got? You got like a Meta? Alright, Starfield should have been called Fallout 5 Skies or something. That's exactly what the name should have been. Fallout 5 Skies or something. That would have been a perfect name for it. Don't think you could do that in VR. Yo, VR is an incredibly immersive thing, dude. I think that's where it gets really gnarly. Are those more like terrifying experiences? Like Green Hell would be one that could be really gnarly. You know, horror games for sure. Any kind of horror, really well done horror game. The immersive, you know, part of diving into those games in VR, man, would be really gnarly. Got a Quest 2 word. Yeah, we just had Valve. Valve just put in. We just found out Valve has like, some like hardware patent or rating stuff in, but we don't know exactly what it's for. It could be a new VR headset. It could be a new controller. I don't think it's going to be a new Steam Deck yet, but we'll probably find out something definitive here before too long. Yeah, already. I know, Ferret. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that's really what it is. And it's funny enough, I think it's made most people that have played the game, if you go look at reviews, it seems very divided. It seems like people are either really enjoying Starfield or they really just don't like it. And I think that's why people that don't like Starfield are moving on to another space game to get that experience that at least is hopefully something closer to what they wanted out of Starfield, you know? Why do games cost so much on VR? Why do games cost so much in general quite often, you know? We should ask Rockstar that question right there, you know? Let's pull this up. Let's talk about this. Yeah, this is rough. We got all the Unity stuff up. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, I think so too. Ferret, yeah. I mean, I think that a lot of what people, I think people were expecting more of that with the vastness of all the planets, and as much as they were touting like customizability of ships and stuff like that. You know, I think people were expecting more of a sandbox experience than what they're actually getting. You know what I mean? And I think that's a bit of a turnoff as well, probably. I think so. Again, I think for most people that went into playing Starfield expecting just exactly what Bethesda does. Thanks, Jerry. Then I think they've been having a good time in it. But for those that went into a Starfield expecting more than what Bethesda usually offers, they've been kind of turned off, I think. That's kind of the impression I've been getting. Yeah, I think I probably would have been right there with you, Ferret, you know. I think I would have been probably on that same kind of level with it. Yo, Ferret, check it out. Yo, Apple's putting a USB-C in their new iPhone. Bro, what year is it? God dang. Jesus Christ. That company, dude. Oh, yes. Yes. Yo, Jerry, have you seen my background, dude? Have you seen my background on my PC? I love Adventure Time, bro. That's my background right there. Controversy about that too. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, my sister-in-law found this website. Let me see what's this website. Hold on. I'll link it to you, Jerry. They make I've got it on my phone. Hold on. They even make like little figurines and stuff of more like lifelike adaptations of the Adventure Time world and a lot of other like different series and stuff like that too. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Here you go. Check it out. I think that's it. I think that's it. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. This is where my sister-in-law found that art from, and they do all kinds of stuff. This is all their projects, but they actually have like universes you can look at, 2D concepts, 3D modeling, collectibles and stuff. They've got a bunch of the Adventure Time collectibles. You can see they've got like Witcher stuff. They've got all kinds of stuff in here. The Hulk. I mean, you name it. But they've got all the Adventure Time stuff in here. Where's it at? Somewhere in here, dude. I don't know. But it's this website, dude. It's this website, okay? So if you look around in here, you'll be able to find that Adventure Time stuff, dude. It's in there somewhere, man. Cool. I have not played any of the Adventure Time games. No, I haven't. Nope. Nope. You couldn't get into Adventure Time at all? Really? God dang, dude. That cartoon I feel like is so flipping good. It's so funny, dude. I thought it was hilarious. My kids still just turn it on all the time. Yeah, Jerry, yeah. My kids turn it on all the time. We'll just sit there and watch it and just like laugh and stuff, dude. I find it just, I mean, it's absurdity. It's just a nice kind of slapstick escape from the norm, you know, of day-to-day stuff. It's just, and it's real lighthearted most of the time, and it's just a fun time, I think. So what up, Davey? What's going on, buddy? But I respect it, dude. Not everything's for everybody, so. How you doing, Davey? Happy Thursday, buddy. What were you saying about the something about Apple going to be limiting charging speeds behind a paywall? Oh my god, dude. Wait. And now we know why it's limited to 23-year-old USB 2.0 speeds? Why? Got an old chunk of silicon inside it. Here, I don't even really care, dude. If you want to read it here, maybe that'll give you some insight there. I'm not, I mean, I don't really give a crap. I'm not going to be buying one. That's, I mean, I'm interested just tech-wise, but just for the news segment, because we're supposed to be focusing on video game stuff right now, I'm not going to read that right now. Oh, the card game one? Yeah, I heard pretty good stuff about that. Oh, it's actually not available anymore? I didn't know that. Yeah, the Ice King story is actually really tragic, too. It's really sad. He's hilarious. He's actually one of my favorite characters. But his stories it's very sad. Until you know it, he just comes off as kind of like an idiot antagonist. You know what I mean? But he's really just like, it sucks, dude. His story is very sad. Gunther, yeah, Gunther's good. Yo, did you guys see this stuff? Cyberpunk. Is this what you... Yo, I was wondering, Farrad, I was wondering if you were talking about this in the Discord this morning. Doing all right. Better than not all right, Davey. We're all doing better now that you're here, buddy, if that helps. We talked about this yesterday. Like, the Cyberpunk devs are warning PC gamers to check your cooling systems before trying to run the Phantom Liberty DLC. Yeah, he probably is, dude. Yeah. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah. One of, anyways. One of. We read about it yesterday, so I'm not going to dive in here. But look, man, I'm going to say this. I'll reiterate what I kind of came to the conclusion of yesterday. Cyberpunk was obviously a terrible, terrible, terrible release, right? It was an absolute mess. Oh, yeah, we talked about this. We found this article yesterday. That's funny, Ferret. It's coincidence then. So now the devs are like warning people about hardware usage, throttling, and potential overheating issues and stuff like that before the DLC even releases. I mean, if they release this DLC and it's got a ton of performance issues, it's wrecking people's hardware, stuff like that, CDPR needs to be... People need to be washing their hands of CDPR as far as I'm concerned and just forgetting about them. Not supporting this company anymore. Dude, I'm worried. I'm worried about this. I'm worried that they're already coming out and telling people that, like, you need to make sure your stuff is going to be able to be cooled. So, I mean, hopefully they're just, you know, being cautious here, but it's not very often you see a developer come out and say this kind of thing. This is concerning. So, it's going to be interesting to see whenever the Phantom Liberty DLC drops, just what kinds of issues the game itself, the DLC itself has, and if it really does start jacking up people's hardware. I hope it doesn't, but boy, if it does, CDPR needs to be just forgotten. We need to just wash our hands of that company, dude. Really, Harney? Yeah. Played the Mafia games. Dude, I played one of them a long flipping time ago. Yeah. Ooh, Ferret. Look, I mean, that's one of those things that's why I actually go into my NVIDIA settings and like, my monitors are both 100, and we've talked about this a lot, Ferret, right? I mean, being techies ourselves and trying to give people some advice. This is the that right there. I can't remember what game it was. What game? New World. Oh, it was New World. Was it really? I didn't remember that about New World. Interesting. Oh, you're playing Mafia 2 right now? Sick, Arnie. Nice. So the best thing you can do whenever you've got a PC is just like go into your settings and just make sure that no matter what, your GPU is not allowed to go over a certain frame rate. Doesn't matter what program's being run. That's what I do in my NVIDIA settings. You've got, like, in your NVIDIA settings, you've got default base settings, not per program or whatever. You got default base settings, and you can like throttle your frame limit and stuff, because that kind of thing is historically, you know, something that has messed up hardware in computers and stuff. So I've got 144 hertz monitors, but I go in and I cap it at 120, right? So I basically, it doesn't matter what I run, it just always sits at 120, you know? That's one of the smart things that you can do as a PC user, PC gamer. Just set a limit somewhere for your frames to not go over, somewhere that is like within the realm of being reasonable. You know what I mean? That way, if something like that does happen, like with what Ferret's talking about with New World, it doesn't matter if the game is itself as a program has no kind of cap on the frames, like they screwed something up in the coding to where the GPU can just burn up because it's just struggling so hard to get as many frames in there as possible or whatever. You will already have it set on your PC inherently by default through NVIDIA settings to not let those frames go over a certain amount. It's the best thing you can do. Yo, anybody need a 96 core Threadripper Pro 7000 series chip? God dang, dude. A Dreamcast rail shooter from 2000 and never released in the West is coming to PC. Okay, take a peek at that. Broken Roads has a release date. See what that is. It sounds familiar, but I can't picture it in my mind's eye. We've got that up already. We've got plenty of articles up about the Unity situation. We're going to hit on that. We've got Nintendo Direct popping off today at 9 o'clock. So here in about an hour and 45 minutes, we're going to watch that. And then at the end of the day, I'm a little bit under the weather today. But I'm as long as I progress okay through the day and I don't start feeling a lot worse or anything, we'll probably go long and we'll watch the PlayStation State of Play that kicks off at 4 o'clock my time, right? So we'll end up doing like probably about a 11-hour stream or something. That way we can get in the PlayStation State of Play showcase and everything to end the stream on today, okay? Blizzard's banned 250,000 Overwatch 2 cheaters. Says it's AI that analyzes voice chat is warning naughty players. Nice. That's cool. Let's look at our other search real quick. Oh, cool. Nice, Davey. Right on, man. Take another search. Look at our other search real quick. Yep, we're going to be watching this later on this morning. And this later on today, this afternoon. Yo, would it be any kind of surprise to hear a quote from Elon Musk say something like, empathy is not an asset? Just another rich scumbag, dude. Jesus Christ. I mean, God's forbid we try to put ourselves into other people's shoes and try and, you know, just a little bit understand what other people might be going through. You know why somebody like Elon Musk doesn't want to experience empathy? Because he sits on top of the world. Apathy is probably what he thinks is an asset. Yeah, he's more like an ass hat too. He doesn't want to experience empathy because he would have to go get down from his big old golden throne that his father built him and really take a look at what it's like to live life like most normal human beings do, you know, where you struggle day in and day out with so many different things, you know. Put yourself in other people's shoes. That's the start. That's how you begin to experience empathy. Put yourself in other people's places, experience what they're going through, try to anyways, you know. And somebody like that doesn't want to do that, because then they might realize how much they need to help other people. And he doesn't want to do that. He wants to sit on that. He's Scrooge McDucking it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. He's an asshat. Absolutely, Davey. Absolutely. And he never has. He grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth, you know? His father was rich. That dude's never known the struggle, bro. You know what I mean? He was born into money. He's an idiot. We talked about that yesterday. A rich idiot. Yep. An idiot nonetheless. Yeah. Okay, EA has confirmed The Sims 5 will be free to download. Let's not get this twisted here, okay? We're going to read this, but let's not... This is an EA game, right? You know what that means. They're going to grab those wallets and they're going to ring them for everything they can somehow. You better flip and believe it. So, probably what this game will end up being is a free-to-try game. I wouldn't even probably call this a free-to-play game. This is probably going to be something more along the lines of free-to-try. And just like the other Sims games, it will have an insane amount of downloadable content that you'll have to pay for. Exactly, Arnie. Yes. So, EA can get wrecked, but we know this is what they're going to do. I'll pull it up, but that is what's going to happen with that game. Asshat. Yo. I might make a GIF, dude, for old Muskie. Or at least a sound effect. You know, anytime he comes up in the channel, we just spam it. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, Davey. Yeah. Yep. Looks like Bethesda's detailed Starfield's first update and upcoming features. Take a peek at that too. Yes, we already kind of knew this. Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition is coming out. It got rated, and it's a pretty good. It's not official that it's coming to PC yet, but this game is 2 years old now. The DLC Burning Shores is not, but the game itself is 2 years old now. I think as of October, and it's a pretty good. I think it's a pretty good bet that this game is going to end up. The complete edition is going to coincide with the PC release. Yeah. Slave Zero X. What is this? All right, let's see what this is. Also, interesting. Asshat. Netflix has announced an animated showcase featuring numerous video game shows. When is this happening? September 27th at 9 a.m. Pacific, so at noon for us. Or no, 11 o'clock a.m. for us. Okay. I will end up bookmarking that, so that way we remember to watch that, okay? Star Wars Jedi series director Stig Asmussen is leaving Respawn, probably because the Jedi Survivor was a hot piece of garbage. And it still is. Will Starfield come to PS5? Not for a long time. If it does. All right, I think we're about to dive into these articles, guys. We've got just about all of this up now. Oh, God, Gaming Bible and your clickbait crap, dude. This is on GOG, though, right? I don't know. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look. Okay, let's kill the music here. We'll kill the music. And, oh, we were getting back into some holiday vibes there, huh? Yeah. Here we go. We'll just start off with some free game stuff. Let me turn my fan at me, dude. I'm getting hot. Just a second. Woo! All right, fair. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Okay, so one of Steam's biggest games is free to download and keep forever. They are talking about Crusader Kings 2. Gone free to play forever, which means you can download and play it whenever you want, developed by Paradox. Oh. Crusader Kings 2 was released in 2012 for PC, offers gamers multiplayer strategy fun. Build your own empire in Middle Ages, conquer lands, wage war, and collect resources. No. Let me see if it's actually on there. And I'll link it for you guys. Sure is. Look at that. So you can just add it to your library and it's yours forever. Cool. Even if they end up making it not free anymore. So it is a 90% of almost 70,000 reviews all time. So, strategy game. If you guys are interested, okay, here, I'll link it for you. Free games, man. Free games. Can't beat that. Also, while we're on that topic, guys, today, this is the last. You got about 2.5 hours left to get Spelldrifter. Spelldrifter will no longer be free after about 2.5 hours from now. Then it will go away, and 911 Operator will be taking its place as the new free title on the Epic Games platform for the next week. Okay, so go get your free games, guys. Done with that. Here we go. Let's dive into this Unity issue here. Shout out to Pinky. Pinky made me aware of this. Our mod and buddy, my name is Pinky, made me aware of this yesterday. I didn't have a whole lot of time to look into it yesterday, but we're going to take a deep dive into it now, all right? Devs react to Unity's newly announced fee for game installs, not to be trusted. Popular game engine Unity's new installation fee could cost developers big time. Unity, the cross-platform game engine that powers games like Rust, Hollow Knight, and Pokemon Go, has introduced a new controversial fee for developers set to take effect next year. Indie developers quickly responded to the announcement, with many suggesting the cost of this policy would kill smaller games, while confusion spread as devs wondered how it would affect their bottom line. Unity's attempts to provide clarity have only fueled devs' frustration and spawned more questions from those with both currently active and in-development games using the engine. The new runtime fee, announced in a September 12th Unity blog, is based on the number of installations a game built with the Unity engine receives, as well as the revenue it generates, though it won't start until January 1st of next year. The runtime fee will apply to any game that has reached both a previously established annual revenue threshold and a lifetime install count. Excuse me. Games developed with a lower cost Unity Personal and Unity Plus plans reached that threshold at $200,000 of revenue in 1 year and $200,000 lifetime installs, while Unity Pro and Unity Enterprise accounts must reach $1 million in revenue and 1 million lifetime installs for the fee to kick in. Unity Personal and Unity Plus devs will have to pay 20 cents for every game install past their subscription-specific thresholds. Unity Pro devs will have to fork over between 2 cents and 15 cents for every install past theirs. Unity Enterprise devs costs range from 1 cent to 12.5 cents. Developers in emerging markets will have lower costs per install past their threshold. The announcement was met with widespread confusion as devs of free-to-play games scrambled to figure out if they'd end up owing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Charity bundle creators became concerned about potentially being punished for supporting a good cause, and more. Developers react to Unity runtime fee. Make a game. Game is freemium. Game makes $200K from in-app purchases after being installed 3 million times. Now owe Unity 20 cents per 2.8 million installs equals $560,000. That's $360,000 more than we made. Shortly after the policy was announced, Rust developer Gary Newman wondered if Unity wants us to start paying them $200K a month before doing the math and realizing that Facepunch Studios would owe the game engine company about $410,000 total. Well, this isn't much. There's some stuff I don't like, Newman shared to X, formerly Twitter, because of old asshat. I'm just going to, I can't help but call him that anymore. Unity can just start charging us a tax per install. They can do this unilaterally. They can charge whatever they want. They can add install tracking to our game. We have to trust their tracking. Though many devs initially thought this new fee would apply to all games made in Unity, including free ones, and reacted accordingly, it soon became clear that the fee will only apply to monetized titles. Axios' Stephen Totillo shared some clarification he received from Unity a few hours after the initial announcement, including that charity games and bundles are excluded from the fees. But some of Unity's clarifications only serve to further suggest the notion that it didn't really think this initiative through. Quote, if a player deletes a game and reinstalls it, that's 2 installs, 2 charges, Totillo posted. Same as if they install on 2 devices. That means the developer could be vulnerable to abuse from bad actors who repeatedly uninstall and reinstall their games. Unity says it would use fraud detection tools and allow developers to report possible instances of fraud to a compliance team. So if you get a massive bill from Unity, you'll just have to wait on their customer support line. Shouldn't be an issue, right? Right. Yeah. Xavier Nelson Jr., head of Strange Scaffold, the indie studio behind games like El Paso, Elsewhere, and Airport for Aliens, currently run by dogs, expressed concerns about the entire situation. This is the danger of modern games and game development cycles becoming exponentially more complicated, lengthy, and prone to immense dependency. He told Kotaku via DM, when a decision like this gets announced and you're 3 years into a 5-year journey, you have little to no choice. You're stuck with a partner who may be actively working against your interests and who you increasingly cannot trust. Unity continues to court controversy. Shortly after Unity's blog post went live, game developer John Dreisey posted that Unity had eliminated Unity Plus subscriptions, and the company was automatically switching members to its Pro subscription next month. Dreisey shared an image showing the price difference between the two subs, which are billed annually, and it was nearly $3,300. Be careful not to have auto-renew on your account if you can't afford the price. This is just with 2 people on my team with Project Access, he warned. It's unclear how the potential change in subscription options will translate to the newly minted runtime fee, as the thresholds are different for each sub. Kotaku reached out for clarification, and Unity spokesperson pointed us to their fact page. When asked for further clarification, the spokesperson sent this statement. Unity Plus is being retired for new subscribers effective today, September 12th of this year. To simplify the number of plans we offer, existing subscribers do not need to take immediate action. We'll receive an email mid-October with an offer to upgrade to Unity Pro for 1 year at the current Unity Plus price. The bigwigs at Unity have been making some interesting decisions as of late. In June, the company announced 2 new machine learning platforms that would be integrated into its engine. Unity Muse, essentially ChatGPT for using Unity, a service that would allow devs to ask questions about coding, get answers from a bot, and Unity Synthesis, which, quote, enables you to embed an AI model in the Unity runtime for your game or application, enhancing gameplay and other functionality directly on end-user platforms. A former Kotaku writer, Luke Plunkett, pointed out at the time of the announcement, AI technology heavily relies on work stolen from artists without consent or compensation. Yes, it is a huge ethical concern with AI. So Unity Synthesis raised a turn of eyebrows. And as Russ Newman shared shortly after the latest Unity announcement, seems these changes are having a negative impact on the company at large. Their market shares tanked as of 11:17 a.m. EST. Let's see if Unity sticks with these changes or makes adjustments based on the feedback from developers. They responded to the negative feedback. At 6:38 p.m. EST, their official X/Twitter account shared a post on the game engine's official forums titled Unity Plan Pricing and Packaging Updates. Post contains a series of frequently asked questions that cropped up shortly after the announcement of the runtime fee, many of which were focused on game installations. As many devs worried on social media before these facts were released, under Unity's new policy, multiple reinstalls or re-downloads of games will have to be paid for by creators. And the definition of install also includes a user making changes to their hardware. Further, any early access, beta, or a demo of the full game will induce install charges. According to the facts, as can even streamed or web-based games. And Unity won't reveal how it's counting these installs, posting that we leverage our own proprietary data model, so you can appreciate that we won't go into a lot of detail. But we believe it gives an accurate determination of the number of times the runtime is distributed for a given project. Yikers. The fact does not clarify how Unity will ensure it does not count installations of charity games or bundled games with its proprietary software. Right. The Verge's Ash Parrish was quick to point out that multiple install charges could give right-wing reactionaries a new way to damage a game and or studio revenue bombing. I was thinking about that. If certain groups are angered by, say, a queer character in a game or a black woman lead, both of which have whipped gamers into a frenzy before, then they could repeatedly install said game over and over again, racking up Unity's runtime fee for the studio. I can tell you right now that the folks at risk of this are women devs, queer devs, anybody in a like minority demographic, as far as devs go, for sure. Trans devs, devs of color, devs pushing for accessibility, devs pushing for inclusion. We've seen countless malicious actors working together to tank their game scores or ratings. Yeah. Oh, dude, easy. Yeah, super easy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. No doubt. Yeah. They're gonna. This is a hot flipping mess, dude. This is a cluster. Nelson confirmed to Kotaku via DM on the evening of September 12th that concrete talks are happening among some of the most significant developers in the space regarding a class action lawsuit against Unity. After its announcement was met with an almost universally negative response, and the Fact Forum post did not seem to allay concerns, Unity regrouped in the evening of September 12th to discuss the terms of its runtime fee, Axios reports. Despite initially confirming the fee would apply multiple times if a player deletes a game and reinstalls it, Unity is now saying it will only charge for an initial installation. Unity executive Mark Whitten hoped that this policy clarification would allay fears of install bombing, a concern many devs expressed not long after the initial Unity blog post announcing the new revenue scheme. The company also reassured Axios that games offered for charity or included in charities will be exempt from the fees, as there will be a way for devs to inform the company of their charity status. Whitten also said that in regards to things like Xbox Game Pass, developers like AgroCrab would not be on the hook, as the fees are charged to distributors, which in the Game Pass example would be Microsoft. Which still is going to lead to, there are a lot of people out there that have a thing against Microsoft. You're still going to end up getting people that install and uninstall and install and uninstall, and they're going to find ways around this. Like, let's be fair here, dude. Unity, they're not going to be trying really hard to get an accurate count as far as keeping it from being inflated. You know what I mean? Because if it's inflated and the company that is being billed can't prove it's inflated, what do they care? What does Unity care? You know, this is terrible. This is terrible. The greed is insane, is it not? Good flipping night, dude. Unity Backlash explained. So I think we got the gist of it right there, dude. So I'm not going to read that one too, but games that could be impacted the most would be games like Silk Song, which is the follow-up to Hollow Knight, if we ever actually get to see it, and Cult of the Lamb. Yeah, I mean, dude, would you be surprised on that front, Ferret? I sure wouldn't, you know? I bet Steam, Epic, Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft will love having waves of developers pulling their games. Buy Cult of the Lamb now because we're deleting it on January 1st. Reads a post from Cult of the Lamb Twitter account. Devolver Digital titles definitely include what engine you're using in game pitches. It's important information. Pretty sure Cult of the Lamb is actually a Devolver Digital published game. And dude, I love Devolver. I love Devolver. Yeah. Citizen Sleeper 1 and 2. I'm midway through making a game that will be hitting Game Pass day one that cannot be made in any other engine. So I've got to give it to Unity. I am well set up for some holding me hostage type shenanigans. Oh yeah, the trust is gone, dude. Because if you see, if you're dealing with a company that has tried this once, they will try it again in some form or fashion. There, it's dude, you they've shown their true colors, right? They've shown their true colors, and now everybody's going to be moving away. If they're not, they should be. Human Fall Flat, Another Crab's Treasure. This is all. I mean, you can read all this stuff from all these devs if you want, but bad news, dude. This is sketchy. Unity can get wrecked. Yeah, this is what we just read about Cult of the Lamb threatening to delete as well. So all this stuff is Netflix has an animated showcase featuring numerous video game shows. This is taking place on September 27th at 11 o'clock a.m. Okay, and we'll watch that. This is talking about the Nintendo Direct that's going to happen here in about an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to watch that, as well as the PlayStation State of Play showcase that's happening this afternoon / evening at about 4 o'clock stream time, channel time. So we're gonna get past these. We already know that. I'm gonna bookmark this one. We'll keep this one up for today whenever both these showcases happen that we watch, okay? Game Pass Core is launching with 36 games this week. Xbox Live Gold replacement, which is Game Pass Core, will give you access to Fallout 4, Hellblade, Vampire Survivors, and many more. Microsoft's Xbox Live Gold replacement, Game Pass Core, is launching today, right? This is today. Yep, today. Yeah, fair. Yeah, buddy. With 36 games in total, Xbox Maker originally announced Game Pass Core in July, promising more than 25 games. Microsoft is now revealing the full list of 36 games, including Fallout 4, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Vampire Survivors, and more. Game Pass Core does launch today, and existing Xbox Live Gold members will be automatically transferred across to the new subscription, which is priced at the same rate of $10 per month or $60 per year as Xbox Live Gold. I have been outspoken about this from forever, dude. I find it asinine that people who buy into a platform initially still have to pay to play online. This is the scummiest thing that these console makers, it's one of the scummiest thing console makers have done to their consumers over the history of consoles. It's so gross, dude. This inherently should just be part of buying into the platform. You buy the hardware, you get to play on. Gaming has always been about playing with people, right? Gaming, a huge part of gaming has always been about the multiplayer aspect, whether it be, in a local scenario, the old school like LAN setups, all the way through, playing with people halfway around the world like we do nowadays. And to have to pay to do that when you've already bought into the hardware and the platform feels really, 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 really gross, which is one of the big reasons which I recommend people just start playing on PC. You rarely ever have to deal with any kind of fee to play online. Unless it's like some kind of MMORPG like Final Fantasy 14, something like that, where you have a subscription-based thing. But just most games, like you playing on Steam, you don't pay Steam to play online. You don't pay Epic to play online. You don't pay GOG to play online with other people that have those games. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Console can get wrecked. This is so scummy. It's so gross. Microsoft has discontinued its games with gold perk in favor of these 36 games that come bundled with a subscription. The list will be updated 2 to 3 times a year, so Microsoft is planning to keep the library as fresh as its other Game Pass tiers. Well, scummy. Gross. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take a deep dive into this. iPhone 15 Pro will play console level games. It will play games that will be on console, but it won't be the same quality of those console games. Okay, let's be real clear here. Powered by the new A17 Pro chip, the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max will natively support a range of notable games, including upcoming releases like AC Mirage, recent hits like Resident Evil Village, RE4, and Death Stranding. So, just understand the fact that, like, the versions of games that are going to be pushed out for play on devices like this aren't necessarily going to be quite the same quality of what you get on a traditional console or PC. It just isn't yet. I have Apple's been trying to make strides to get a lot of their devices more into the gaming capability, modern gaming sphere realm for its consumers, and they're, to be fair, way behind the curve here. For a long time, they haven't had any kind of focus on that, and they needed to. So it's good to see them trying to get there. We'll see how well this does when it releases. Okay, I've got reservations about it, but we'll see. If you want to read about it, they've got prices in here for what the new phone's going to cost in different locations and stuff like that. We'll see. Square Enix has lost nearly $2 billion in market value since Final Fantasy XVI's release. Employees and analysts expressed concerns about its development structure and quality control. Square Enix's stock has fallen 30% from its peak this year, wiping almost $2 billion off the company's market value. Japanese publisher's share price reached its highest point this year in the days running up to Final Fantasy XVI's release in June, but it closed on Wednesday at its lowest level since May of 2022. The slump comes after sales of the PS5 game reportedly failed to meet the high end of the company's expectations. It also follows the disappointing performance of other big budget releases like 2020's live service flop Marvel's Avengers, support for which will end this month, and Forspoken, the debut game from Square Enix Luminous Production Studio, which launched to lackluster sales, according to the company. And then Square Enix absorbed Luminous and shut them down. It doesn't say that here, but that's exactly what happened. In a Bloomberg article analyzing Square Enix's recent downturn, anonymous employees and contractors claimed the company is suffering from issues with its game development structure and quality control, while analysts expressed concerns about its longer-term prospects. Quote, flooding the market with unfinished, bad, or untested games is a bad move, Tokyo-based developer and gamer Michael Prefontaine said, referencing Marvel's Avengers, Forspoken, and the Diofield Chronicle. The company has overstretched itself on too many titles without proper oversight. Current and former Square Enix employees reportedly claimed one of the causes of such issues is Square's decision to give individual producers too much control over the scope and direction of projects. They also said games have suffered from inadequate documentation and team structure. We remain concerned with the company's game development structure and game quality control, which could limit the longer-term performance, said Macquarie Capital Securities Japan analyst Yajai G. Yeah, earlier this month, Square announced that the PC version of FF16 is in development because they need more sales. If the game had sold better on PlayStation, they probably wouldn't have been as quick to get it going on PC. They're hurting, dude. I've actually been saying this for a while. I have seen Square Enix trending down, dude. You know, I mean, you can go back to like a year and a half ago of video gaming news segments, and I talk about Square Enix being one of those big developers that has been trending down for me for quite a while. They're not they're one of those developers I fell in love with a long time ago that is not the same kind of developer they were whenever I fell in love with them. Just like Blizzard, you know, it's unfortunate. It sucks, but I don't know. They've lost their way. It truly feels like Square is no longer a company that is first and foremost a video game company. They are a just a greed blinded business. And the everything else that is supposed to revolve around what gaming is, taking care of their community, their fans, and making quality content, things like that, which go hand in hand with maintaining a successful business in this industry, feels like it's been lost on them for some time now. And for me, it's just felt like a matter of time before they started to sink. And I think we're starting to see that. No Man's Sky is enjoying its biggest month in the last few years, coinciding with the launch of Starfield. Um, yeah, I think that it's kind of funny that a lot of people, again, we talked about this earlier when I found this article. Oh, cool. Nice, Davey. Yo, word. Y'all have to let me know how you feel about it, man. Um, so, weirdly enough, Starfield feels like a game that I'm getting the impression people either are really enjoying it or people are just like done with it. They don't really have any care to play it. And I think what it is, what I think what it really comes down to is that this is just a tried and true Bethesda game. It's nothing more and nothing less. It's the same thing we've always gotten from Bethesda. It's just wrapped in a space theme, you know? And that's not a bad thing, I don't think, but it's the normal Bethesda development recipe. I think what the impression I'm getting from a lot of people, and I haven't played the game, but a lot of what I'm hearing and seeing about the game is that it's like Fallout in space. And I think that for a lot of people, they were expecting like some kind of evolution here from Bethesda and what they were bringing to the table with this game. And after playing it, it's not. It's just good old Bethesda game. And so for those people that were expecting some kind of evolution and change in what Bethesda does and advancement in what Bethesda does, I think they're turned off. But for those people that are big fans of what Bethesda has traditionally done and they enjoy the Bethesda recipe, and I think those people are enjoying the game quite a bit. But I don't think there's a lot of middle ground. I haven't seen a whole lot of people that are like, oh yeah, it's you know, pretty good. It's a lot of people are like, oh, it's great, or people are like, it sucks. For all those people, I think that are like, the game's kind of balls for them. They're not really enjoying it. I think that they are so adamant about, they were so hyped about playing like a nice space game that they have turned their attention towards something like No Man's Sky. So again, I don't think that Starfield is probably a bad game by any means. I think it's just the same old thing from Bethesda, just got a little bit reskinned, And for the people that aren't really enjoying it, they've turned their attention to something like No Man's Sky. So for Hello Games, this has probably been a pretty nice situation for them. And I don't know if it was all that expected or anything, but I'm sure that they're not mad about it, you know. So No Man's Sky is enjoying its biggest month in the last few years, coinciding with the launch of Starfield. Um, no Man's Sky has been spitting out cosmic adventures for 7 years, and despite not meeting expectations at launch, not even close to it, has evolved into an incredibly varied sandbox thanks to Hello Games' fantastic post-launch support. With free expansion-sized updates coming out every year, it keeps beckoning players back. This month, according to Hello Games founder Sean Murray, it is actually its biggest in the last few years, despite competition from the long-awaited Starfield, another sandbox that ticks a lot of the same boxes. This is across. So from a tweet, 7 years in, and No Man's Sky is having its biggest month in the last few years across all platforms: PC, Xbox, Game Pass, Switch, PlayStation, Mac, and VR. Welcome to the community. This is across all platforms, says Murray, but on Steam alone, it has had its best month since September of 2021. One of its best months overall. It's quite the achievement for a game of this age. It's worth noting that its largest update of the year arrived in late August, followed by a new expedition at the start of this month, so both of these things are major contributing factors. A narrative is already forming that this boost is due to the disappointment Starfield players migrating over to No Man's Sky. There isn't much to back that up, aside from some anecdotal claims from Starfield's detractors. With the scale of Starfield, it's common for games with similar features to see a bump as they benefit from the increased visibility. A lot of comparisons have been made between the two, so it's only natural that lapsed players will jump back in, while new ones decide to see what all the fuss is about. That said, there are undoubtedly some players who haven't gelled with Starfield who are now seeking their space kicks in No Man's Sky. I'm among them. While No Man's Sky doesn't have the type of handcrafted RPG stories Starfield boasts, both games tout a multitude of worlds waiting to be explored. And when it comes to that aspect, No Man's Sky is hands down the stronger game. It's also had the benefit of 7 years of post-launch support, of course. Now, let's be fair. The amount of post-launch support they needed to get No Man's Sky to a point of giving consumers and gaming enthusiasts the content that was promised to them on release that was not there took them years. Right? So that should not be included in that. So it's not like they've had 7 years of just adding to what the game should have been in the first place. They had a chunk of those beginning years after launch to make the game what it should have been on launch. Right? So let's not forget that fact. While I will say that Hello Games, in my opinion, has done a pretty solid job of trying to redeem themselves by continuing to add more content, and add more content over what the game was supposed to be initially, and has not made anybody pay anything more than the base price of the game. They should not get any kind of kudos or accolades or anything like that for the time they had to spend in making the game become what it should have been on launch in the first place. So let's be very clear about that. But they have had a lot of time as opposed to work on the game and add content to the game, as opposed to what Starfield has had as it's a new release. And I have said this about Starfield. There are a lot of people that I've talked to that have played the game that and reviews I've read even that have talked about how the world feels kind of bleak. And I know that Bethesda, even before release, had talked about they wanted a more realistic experience of space exploration, where like 9 out of 10 planets you go to don't harbor life, right? That's still a turnoff for game players. It feels very bleak. It feels very dry and bland, I think, for a lot of game players. Now, not all is lost on that front. You talk about a game like No Man's Sky that's had 7 years to turn into what it is now, as opposed to Starfield that is just released, and they're going to have years to come, which allows Bethesda to continue to evolve the game into hopefully what us gamers would rather see it be. You know what I mean? Listen to the community and incorporate some of that overall feedback that most people are providing of what they would like to see the game be, as well as that game's going to have mod support, right? And you know that modders are going to do a great job with the planets that don't have anything on them. That's a lot of real estate to use for modders to play with and develop and get cool things going with. So I have no doubt that Starfield is going to turn into more than just what it is now, right? Continuing the article, so many of the things that I enjoy about No Man's Sky, from the flexible base building to the vehicles to the fleets did not exist at launch, while the sandbox exploration of its galaxy has always been better than what Starfield offers. If we compare both games at launch, I've got to admit that Starfield is overall in a better position. Absolutely. What this really shows is that reassuringly, space is big enough for more than one massive cosmic sandbox. Starfield might be the biggest launch of the year, a game that every site, including PCG, is covering extensively every day. But that doesn't mean there aren't interesting things happening in other games or lots of players still enjoying them. Yep. So I do think that they're probably benefiting greatly from the people that haven't really enjoyed Starfield so far. But again, I think Starfield, it's very early for Starfield. They have a lot of bake-in time coming their way for changes, updates, content, to be added. Plus the mod support is going to be a huge thing for that game. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But I think this has been a great thing for Hello Games. I don't think anybody's going to deny that. A Dreamcast rail shooter from 2000 that never released is in the West is coming to PC. Rainbow Cotton didn't receive particularly good reviews, but the series has a following. What is this? It was like Witch Spyro. Rainbow Cotton. Okay. Interesting. It's a 3D rail shooter belonging to the Cotton series, which has been quietly renamed of late. 1991's Cotton Fantastic Night Dreams. Side-scrolling shooter was reissued on Steam in 2021, and a brand new game in the series, borrowing from the side-scrolling format, released earlier this year. Don't go saying the Cotton series has been unduly neglected. Rainbow Cotton was the last Cotton game, unless you count Magical Pachinko Cotton, which was a pachinko, which also came to PS2. Cotton fanatics are eating well of late. The remaster is handled by NN Games, which was also responsible for bringing the other most recent Cotton games to Steam, in addition to, for example, Darius HD. Rainbow Cotton was the first and only fully 3D Cotton game and plays like Panzer Dragoon, basically. A quick perusal of its Wikipedia entry suggests that it wasn't exactly a critical hit. Consensus suggests the controls were bad, but the overall presentation was good. It's an HD remaster, so expect sharper graphics, new effects, and a nice modern aspect ratio. There's also a dedicated retro mode, which tries to simulate the ye old Dreamcast conditions, and those control woes of yore have been enhanced away. The kicker that Rainbow Cotton won't hit Steam until spring 2024, so you'll have to wait patiently in this barren video game landscape to defeat demons and eat candy. All right. Interesting. If that looks interesting, here you go. Here's your link. Moving forward, Australia's answer to Fallout Broken Roads has a release date. What is this? I think we've seen this. Maybe not. Broken Roads, November 14th. Drop Bear Bites doesn't muck around. The release date trailer for the Australian developer's upcoming CRPG lets you know it's coming on November 14th right out the gate, and then gets on with highlighting its post-apocalyptic setting, morality system, and turn-based combat. Broken Road's main influences are Fallout 2, Planescape Torment, Pillars 2, Baldur's Gate, and yes, this was before Baldur's Gate 3 came out of early access and became everyone's favorite RPG. It has playable prologues for each of its player character archetypes, which put me in mind of Dragon Age Origins. You can play through one of those prologues in the demo of Broken Roads on its Steam page, linked here. Drop Bear Bites will also be showing Broken Roads off at PAX Australia, which runs from October 6th through the 8th. All right. Here you go, guys. EA has confirmed that The Sims 5 will be free to download. Meaning probably free to try, as everything else for the game will cost. You want to wash your face in this game? Insert credit card. You want your sim to take a dump? Insert credit card. You know what I mean? You want your sim to watch TV? Insert credit card. This is an EA game after all. Maxis says Project Rennie and The Sims 4 are going to continue to exist side by side. The Sims 5 will be free to download. Free to download. Notice this does not say free to play. It says free to download. There's a big difference there. Electronic Arts has confirmed. The next gen Sims game, which is officially codenamed Project Rennie, was announced last October. EA said at the time it would feature both solo and multiplayer gameplay while offering the same experience across all supported devices, including mobile. A job advert briefly published online this summer described it as a free-to-enter game, something which Lindsay Pearson, VP of Franchise Creative for The Sims at developer Maxis, confirmed on Tuesday. Quote, "We intend for Project Rennie to be free to download. That means that when it's ready and fully open to our players, you'll be able to join and play and explore, let's just call this what it is, The Sims 5 without a subscription, without core game purchase or energy mechanics," she said in a behind-the-scenes video which can be watched below. "We want it to be easy for you to invite or join with a friend, and that means extending an open invitation for everyone to play." Pearson added, "We're developing this game in a different way, and we're bringing everyone along with us. That means a lot of different phases of development, which can include everything from closed invites and small public tests to large-scale early access options." And yes, when Sims 5 is ready, it'll be available to download for free. Download for free. It doesn't say play for free. It says download for free. Pearson said that at launch, it won't be as fully featured as The Sims 4, which has been significantly expanded with new content since its 2014 release. "We want to focus on building something strong and cohesive from the start, so it definitely won't start with everything you have in The Sims 4. We're going to add new experiences and content to The Sims 5 over time." Yeah, here you go. All right. She elaborated, "Well beyond regular updates to the core game, we will sell content and packs. We want to change that mix a little bit. So let me give you a theoretical example. In The Sims 4, the only way to experience any weather was if you purchased seasons. Now, in The Sims 5, we might introduce basic weather to the core game for free for everybody. And then a packed purchase might be focused on winter sports. Could include activities like ice dancing or a snowman building competition." It's basically the same thing, dude. It's just going to be riddled with a ton of microtransactions and DLC purchases and stuff. I'll let you guys watch this if you want. I'm not watching this crap. EA can get wrecked, dude. It's just so. I mean, I know there are Sims fans out there. Look, there's another game coming out that's like kind of a Sims clone. What's the name of that game? Is it Paralives? or Life by You. Oh, I think this is it actually. Life by You. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, this is it. So look, man. This is a Paradox developed and Paradox published game. Okay. Um, it's got to be better than having EA's name all over it. I would just prompt people, give this a shot. I know that there are a number of the devs that are working on this game that used to be Sims developers and stuff. You can see how similar a lot of this looks, right? Dude, EA is so flippin' scummy. Um, if you cannot support EA, if you can keep from supporting EA, try not to. They're such a terrible company, dude. You know, I know it's hard a lot of times, but here I'll link this Life by You. So this is supposed to be a game coming out in spring of next year that is going to be a competitor to The Sims. And maybe instead of feeding the greedy juggernaut, terrible developer and publisher of EA, you can look to play something like this instead, which will give you the same experience. Okay. Just consider it. EA's so gross, dude. I'll link this too if you want to watch this Sims video and everything, because I know there are a lot of Sims fans. I'm not going to knock you for it or anything, but just consider not feeding these terrible companies, man. That's all I ask. Random mode time. Feels bad. Bethesda has detailed Starfield's first update and upcoming features. Looks like the first update is going to include performance and stability improvements as well as several quest fixes. After that, Bethesda plans to deliver regular updates introducing top community requested features, including brightness and contrast controls, HDR calibration menu, FOV. There's not an FOV slider in this game right now. Bro, are you for real? There's no FOV slider in this game? This is a triple A title, which has no FOV slider? What is this world we're living in, dude? I just don't understand. These kinds of options that I mean should have been standard in games. Oh, Davey, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry, man. I just don't understand. It's like games that don't come out with flipping key binding or key mapping. That's crap that should have been standard in games a decade ago. Or FOV sliders. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Especially in AAA games. How do you not have an FOV slider in your game, Bethesda? What the crap? You guys are ridiculous, man. Quote, we're also working closely with outside of that, NVIDIA DLSS support for PC, 32 by 9 ultra wide monitor support for PC, eat button for food. Also working closely with NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel on driver support. And each update will include new stability and performance improvements, Bethesda said. Additionally, we're working on our built-in mod support creations that will work across all platforms, similar to what we've done with Skyrim and Fallout 4. Full support is planned to launch early next year. We knew that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Yo, Davey, I'm sorry, dude. That sucks, man. Are you all good, bro? Is everything all right? I mean, you don't need to like provide details or whatever, but I hope everything is good, buddy. This is the last article I really have for the day, guys. We came across a trailer for a game called Slave Zero X. It was just straight up a trailer off of YouTube. 20 hours ago. It's going to be available on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Switch on February 21st of next year. All right, let's watch this real quick. See what this is.
I pity you, Guardian. But I will not hold back if you attempt to take
Bro, this looks like some old school, like... I love the old school, like the retro styled, modern retro styled games. This reminds me of like some old Sega Genesis stuff, dude.
Out of softcon pigs. I think we're gonna work good together. Come out, come out. It's rude to keep a girl.
Obviously, I mean the graphics are better than Genesis. It's more like PlayStation 1 stuff almost.
Risen against our Holy Father?
Oh, Davey, yikers! I haven't had the pleasure, dude.
You must have thought this slave unit would bring you power, but power is nothing without control.
You're almost there, Guardian. One final ascent.
I hope you feel very cleansed, my friend.
You cannot comprehend what it is you are starting.
A drop of water challenges the ocean.
Interesting. All right. If you're interested in seeing that again or getting any links out of there or anything like that, then there you go, guys. Last thing I have to add is that, again, Netflix has a showcase popping off. Woo! Woo! Sorry, guys. On September 27th at about 11 o'clock. So we'll do lunch and watch that probably on the 27th. It's about almost a couple of weeks from now, a little bit less. And then we're getting ready to, we got about 40 minutes from now. We're going to watch the Nintendo showcase. There's a Nintendo showcase popping up. Actually, let's pull that up real quick. Take a look at this.
Graves.
Nintendo. Nope. 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 Nintendo. Yeah, they're not live yet. Yeah. They're not live yet. But they will be. So they're saying that the Nintendo Direct at 9 o'clock this morning. So we're about 40 minutes away. Okay, so we're going to watch that, and then we'll end the showcase today with a Sony showcase. So Sony has a showcase popping off at about 4 o'clock p.m. We'll probably just stay live to watch that to end the day on, okay? So that's kind of the jam. That's what we're going to do. Good news segment, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Awesome, awesome. Get some beats popping off here. Nice. Davey, yeah, I don't think I'll make it in time, dude. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, it's hard for me to plan that out right now. You know what I mean? I didn't have the schedule planned for it, dude. Sorry. I'll be there in spirit, my friend. I'll be there in spirit. You know what I mean? You guys rock. I appreciate you very much as always, dude. Great news segment. Good to be back. Day off yesterday as normal. Wednesdays are our day off, but we're going to get to play a new game today. We've got a couple of showcases to watch. That's what we're going to get ready to do right now. We're going to watch the Nintendo showcase coming up here in about 35 minutes. And then we're going to end the day on a PlayStation showcase. And in between that, we're going to play AK Axolotl, a brand new, just released today, brand new bullet hell roguelike game. It's got some cute little axolotls in it. And it's kind of looking like a mashup between something like Enter the Gungeon and Cult of the Lamb. So I'm really stoked to play it. And that's what we'll be doing in between the showcases today for the rest of the content. But if anybody has been able to hang out with us today that's not familiar with the channel, or maybe if you're getting to check this content out later on, then this is the way we start all of our streams off 6 days a week. We take Wednesdays off, but every other day we start off at roughly 6 a.m. CST CDT. We always kick it off with a video gaming news segment where we try to stay current on what's going on in the industry. And then we move on to whatever gameplay content we have for the rest of the day, or if showcases are popping off, we watch those too, like we're going to do today. So all of the previous video gaming news segments, all of our previous playthroughs that we've done for the games we've played, crazy wild clips, highlights, stuff like that, all that content there on playlists on the Twitch channel, as well as playlists on the YouTube channel. And if you're kind of enjoying what this was or is, and go check out some of the rest of that content we've got out there. And if you're liking what you're being exposed to here in the channels, then come hang out with us when we are live. And we're always looking for more cool people to come be a part of what we do. People that enjoy the world of video games and are just cool, good vibe individuals, man, to be a part of what we do on the constant. So I guess other than that, man, happy Thursday. Stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another. We're going to go watch some showcases and play some games, but we'll be back tomorrow for September 15th edition of Video Gaming News. All right?